So the internet is talking. They like, man, look, OTFDD, he a snitch, he a rat, he a snitch, he a rat, he a snitch. And that's the illustration that's being painted to the net right now. Let me give y'all the paperwork and then tell y'all the real. Let's go. At least one of Durk's co-defendants may be considering a plea deal. Dontrell Wilson's lawyer asked for a plea sentence report to determine Wilson's criminal history category under U.S. sentencing guidelines. Judge Michael Fitzgerald ordered this report on December 27th. So here you go right here. The court has reviewed defendant Dontrell Wilson's unopposed ex parte application for preparation of a pre-sentence report filed December 26, 2024. For good cause shown, it is hereby ordered that the United States Probation and Pretrial Services Office shall prepare a pre-plea report to determine defendant's criminal history category. It is so ordered, dated December 27, 2024. In the United States District Court for the Central District of California, United States of America, plaintiff versus Durk Banks, defendant. On November 14, 2024, defendant Durk Banks made his initial appearance on the first superseding indictment filed in this matter. At the defendant's request, the detention hearing was continued to December 12, 2024. A detention hearing was held on December 12, 2024. At the hearing, the government proffered the complaint, the first superseding indictment, the government's brief in support of pretrial detention for defendant Durk Banks, and Exhibits 1 and 2 attached thereto, and the pretrial services report and its recommendation of detention based on danger to the community. Defendant proffered documents reflecting that he has obtained a monthly lease at a property located in this district, that he has engaged in a full-time bonded and insured security company with specifics of which were provided to the court, that he is a highly successful musical artist signed to Alamo Records, a subsidiary of the Sony Entertainment, that he has significant assets at Delta County, which was provided to United States Probation and Pretrial Services, that two houses he owns have a combined appraised equity of $2.3 million. Supporting documentation provided, which he is willing to post as collateral to secure his release, and that multiple third-party guarantors, including Alamo Records, are willing to support his release. My bad, y'all. I've been drinking, so it is what it is. With cash and property, defendant also proffered a 2023 annual report of his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, a nonprofit organization founded by a defendant to make positive change in the lives of those within under-resourced neighborhoods across the country, and a copy of an e-ticket itinerary and receipt in his name for flights on United States Airlines on October 24th and 25 in 2024. From Newark to Zurich, and then from Zurich to Dubai, and a declaration of Justin Gibson regarding a January 25th, 2022 recording session with defendant. The court reviewed and considered all these materials and the arguments of counsel on the motion of the government, 18 U.S.C. 3142 F1, in a case allegedly involving a crime of violence, motion of government, 18 U.S.C. 314 F1, in a case alleged involving an offense with maximum sentence of life imprisonment or death, on motion by the government or on the court's own motion, 18 U.S.C. 3142 F2, in a case allegedly involving a serious risk that the defendant will flee. The court concludes that the government is entitled to a rebuttal presumption that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the defendant's appearance as required and the safety of any other person and the community, 18 U.S.C. 31442 E2. The court finds that the defendant has presented evidence sufficient to rebut the 3142 E2 presumption, but after considering the presumption, the factors set forth in 18 U.S.C. 3142G, and all of the information and argument presented at the detention hearing, the court concludes that the defendant must be detained pending trial, because the government has proven by clear and convincing evidence that no condition or combination of conditions of release will reasonably assure the safety of any other person in the community. By preponderance of evidence that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the defendant's appearance as required. In addition to findings made on the record at the hearing, the reasons for detention include the following. On August 18, 2022, defendant allegedly texts a co-conspirator with instructions not to book flights to California under a name involved with defendant. See first superseding indictment, DKT, number 27-7. On October 24, 2024, shortly after the co-conspirators were arrested and multiple search warrants were executed in this case, the FBI received notice that defendant had been booked as a passenger on 2 commercial international flights departing that day, neither of which he boarded, and that he had booked as a passenger on a private plane departing Miami that same day and destined for Italy. See complaint DKT number 1 at 9/17. At the hearing, defendant's counsel offered the itinerary and receipt for one of those flights. This evidence supports the interference that defendant, who has considerable resources, attempted to leave the United States upon learning of arrest of his co-conspirators. Defendant formed only the family, which in addition to producing and selling hip-hop music, is also alleged to be an association in fact of individuals who engaged in murder and assault at defendant's direction and maintained their status in OTF. See first superseding indictment at 1. In this case, defendant is alleged to have orchestrated and funded a murder plot in which his co-conspirators, acting at defendant's direction, traveled to Los Angeles, tracked, stalked, and attempted to kill defendant intended target by gunfire, including a fully automatic firearm in broad daylight in a busy Los Angeles intersection, and did kill a family member of the target who was traveling with him. And counts 1 through 4 complaint in a separate matter in Chicago, defendant is alleged to have engaged in similar conduct, that he offered money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically, offering to pay money for any gangster disciple that is killed. The material proffered by the government supports the conclusion that defendant uses his money, influence, and power to endanger individuals whom he perceives as a threat. It is therefore ordered that defendant be detained until trial. The defendant will be committed to the custody of the Attorney General for confinement in a corrections facility separate to the extent practicable from persons awaiting or serving sentences or being held in custody pending appeal. The defendant will be afforded reasonable opportunity for private consultation with counsel on order of a court of the United States, or on request of any attorney for the government. The person in charge of the corrections facility on which the defendant is confirmed will deliver the defendant to a United States Marshal for the purpose of an appearance in connection with a court proceeding. Then it gets even more wild because it says discovery includes approximately 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, such as audio, video recordings, and surveillance footage, and approximately 20,000 pages of reports concerning murder and other violent acts, photographs, witness statements, and medical documents. So as y'all can see right here, defendants request the continuance based upon. So the defendants did this based upon the following facts, which the parties believe demonstrate good cause to support the appropriate findings under the Speedy Trial Act. All defendants are charged with violations of 18 U.S.C. 1958A, conspiracy and the use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death. And then we go here. And basically, let's just go skip down a little bit. The government is in the process of producing discovery to the defense, which includes, among other things, approximately 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, such as audio/video recordings and surveillance footage, and approximately 20,000 pages of reports concerning murder and other violent acts, photographs, witness statements, and medical documents. Due to the nature of the prosecution and the number of defendants, including the charges in the indictment, and the voluminous discovery that will be produced to defendants, this case is so unusual and so complex that it's unreasonable to expect adequate preparation for pretrial proceedings or for the trial itself within the Speedy Trial Act time limits. Not going to read the whole entire thing. We're just going to go right here because it's the same paper that I've been reading. So Durk's co-defendant, Asa Boogie Houston, opposes the trial continuance. So here we go. After receiving a signed stipulation from all other defendants, the government was informed by counsel for defendant Houston that defendant Houston objects to a continuance of the trial date. The government respectfully submits that there is a good cause to continue the trial date as to all defendants, including defendant Houston, pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 3161H6, because the time period of January 14, 2025 to October 14, 2025, inclusive, constitutes a reasonable period of delay for defendant Houston, who was joined for trial with the stipulating defendants as to whom the time for trial has not run and no motion for severance has been rendered. It's crazy how I was just saying in the video with Lil Durk dad was like, yeah, bro, the feds, Durk gonna beat that unless somebody turn around and flip and switch and snitch on him. as we said in the former with the second video that we put out, Lil Durk is going to beat this charge. I think what they're going to try to do is offer him 7 years. That's just my thing. I don't think the feds are trying to really lose it like that, but they're going to take a swing at Lil Durk and then try to offer somebody the ability to come home. See, if everybody's charged with murder, if I get 20 years, I get a release date. All I got to do is say, Lil Durk told me to do it. And Lil Durk's dad is right. Once he started, and then this just happens. Well, this just drops. Let me help y'all out. The feds ain't watching my channel to take advice. It was already done, so I don't want to hear nobody, oh, look, the feds watching. No, don't do that. I don't think that's what's going on. No, let's be fair, square, obvious, and honest. Could it be? Yeah, but no, that's not what's happening. What's really going on is he looking at that light sentence like, if I tap out, what y'all got for me? If I plead real quick, what could I plead this down to and get a release date? Now, I'm 100% certain in my mind that the Fed's like, oh, you want to tap out? You want to talk to the judge? Do your thing. And while you at it, we might got a deal for you if you can connect the dots and say Lil Durk told y'all to do this. Now, the thing that this is showing the most is that they don't have any snitches. Not yet. So all that, oh, somebody in there telling, somebody doing this and doing that. I think, like I said in the initial, somebody knew a little bit of something and connected the dots for the feds, and then the feds went off and ran for it because it's still not hitting in my mind the way it's supposed to, like it does for everybody else. Now, let me give myself full on cover for this. Is it possible that the feds ain't making all this up? Yeah, it's very, very possible. Is it possible that the feds can pin Lil Durk to the cross and bury him? 100% that is true. It's very possible that they could do that. They could say, you know what? Hey, Lil Durk, here you go. Here's your offerings. We're going to offer you 50 years. Here you go. Take it or leave it. And Lil Durk probably looking like, nah, I'm good with that. But one thing that I have not seen is where it looks super, super bad the more I think about it. As a business owner, as anything, we're always taught, oh yeah, you put in your business name, you can write it off for taxes. And then we got to still figure out how in the world did them cats know where Quando Rondo was at? Because obviously that looked orchestrated. But if it's so orchestrated and Durk wanted these cats dead so much, then why didn't we just get... I ain't even finna do all that. Either way it go, bro, it's still not hitting for me as far as, oh yeah, man, hey, Durk is done. But if Didi come out and say Durk told us to do this and this and that and this and that, it'll look bad. But all you have to do is literally say, what were you offered? Were you offered anything? Because the best part about the United States judicial system is you can't get on the stand and just talk for one side. You got to talk to both of them. So there's that part, man. But other than that, I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this one. Yeah, man, we just hit 200K. We on our way to 300, man. Subscribe today so you can find out how you can win an Xbox or a PlayStation, man. The details are on the way. This is how you know somebody is literally going to be in the drawing. Robin Minter, check him out, man. All we do is go down and we look and we see his subscriptions. Who does he have? That's Seti Nash right here. What also happens, take that off. Top commenter. That right here, public subscriber. So that's what you got to do, and make sure you share each video, and then you'll be entered to win. Shout out to Mike. Good luck. Subscribe, turn that bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, so my girl was upset because I ain't take out the trash. So you know what I did. What?
I pushed it down.
Lying.
Nah, bro, I'll take the trash out when I want. I mean, you feel me?
You're lying.
I did. It's enough space.
You lying.
What you use? Hands, feet, objects. It's really not that serious. So tell me.
Bruh.
My arm, you know, I've been in that gym here.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't. Been in this house, been sitting up here playing video games, you ain't been doing nothing. Bang! Lying, down lying. Stop lying. Do not lie to me. Stop lying to me. Don't lie to me, boy. Tell me.
God damn.
Tell me the truth, boy. Do it now.
Bruh.
Now. Okay, I was lying. Damn.